Hello, my name is Dana. I am a marketing student from Canada, more specifically from Montreal, and I came to France to do my internship. And on my arrival here at Vannes, everybody was really accommodating as soon as I started my internship here at the University of IUT. They were really accommodating, very welcoming, very understanding, because they understand that, we might have difficulties adapting to different countries. So they're very, very patient with us. They always make sure that we're okay. So I'm very grateful for that part. So for finding an apartment here is a bit difficult since a lot of places, a lot of them are very, very expensive. We also had difficulty finding one, but we ended up finding something, but we had a bit of problems with it, so we had to move out. So I ended up staying at a residency at a university. There's many of them here, so maybe you could take a look at that. It's not available for every student, however, so you should make sure that you make your research before coming and installing yourself into this one. So as mentioned, the biggest difficulty for me is finding a place to live. So even though I mentioned it, just gonna mention it one more time. Always make your research, always make sure that you prepare and you book everything before coming so that you avoid any type of problems that can happen and finding yourself in the street. Another thing that shook me was the price differences between Canada, well, more specifically Montreal, and the price differences that we have here in France, more specifically in Vannes. Montreal, as maybe most of you know, is a very, very expensive place to live. If you compare the prices here, if you buy milk in Vannes, it's €1. If you buy it in Canada, it could vary between the prices of $6 to $8 Canadian, which is relatively very pricey. Or if you have a $50 bill in Canada, you can only buy like 2 things, or maybe 1 or 2 things with it because of the taxes and everything. But here you could buy like a bunch of things and you'll still have money left over. So it's a great place to live. As for transportation, they do have buses that come and go every day, and they always bring you, they have many stops here at Vannes, so there should be no problem. The only thing I would recommend is make sure that you have a way to come back if ever you're out late, because the buses here stop at 7 p.m., around 7 p.m., 7 to 8 p.m. maybe. So make sure that you rent out a bicycle, because they have many places that you could do that here, have a scooter, another way to transport yourself. If not, they have really good buses that bring you anywhere that you need. So there's not many students here. There's only 1,200, meaning that it's a pretty small school compared to others that, especially where I went to Vannes, so it's a pretty big school. Being a small school that it is, it gives teachers and students the opportunity to really create a bond. And because they create this bond, the teachers really want their students to succeed and to get good grades and for them to become successful in the future. So I really, from being the third perspective of this, I could really tell that they really care and that they want the best for their students. So I honestly believe that it's a really good school to study in. They also have a cafeteria below where they provide meals and snacks, and they're pretty much good prices too. So if ever you get hungry, at least you have an alternative to eat. So if ever you guys are interested in coming to IUT Vannes in France, they provide 4 different programs, which is basically data science, business administration management, business and management, and the last one would be computer science. So you have multiple programs to choose from, and honestly, don't hesitate to register, because I believe that from a third party doing my internship here, not being a student, I do believe that it's a great school to study at.